The haunting begins again in Italy, 1962. A remote monastery reports unexplained deaths among monks. A priest vanishes after investigating strange symbols appearing in the catacombs. The last recorded words in his journal, "The demon is reborn." The Vatican receives the report and grows alarmed. They turn to someone who has faced this evil before, Sister Irene. Sister Irene's vision. Now living in a small convent in France, Sister Irene experiences vivid, terrifying visions. She sees Valak rising from blood, cloaked in fire and shadows. A young girl keeps appearing in her dreams, crying out for help. Irene believes her visions are a warning. She agrees to return despite her fears. Frenchie's return. Morris of Frenchie, thought to be cured, now works as a groundskeeper in a nearby orphanage. But he's changing, suffering blackouts and speaking in languages he doesn't know. Children report seeing a woman in black following him. When Irene reunites with him, she senses something is deeply wrong. Valak's grip may still linger. The blood-stained monastery. Irene, Frenchie, and a young scholar priest named Father Matteo arrive at the monastery. They find cryptic writings on the walls, Latin warnings, ancient symbols, and screams etched in blood. A secret chamber is discovered, revealing a history of saintly martyrs. One name keeps appearing: Lucia of Ephesus, an early Christian mystic. Irene believes this saint holds the key to stopping Valak. A new evil awakens deep below the monastery. A chained door sealed with holy relics breaks open. A dark force escapes, killing 2 monks in seconds. Frenchie collapses, possessed again, his eyes turning pale. He warns, the saint's blood awakens the gate. Valak begins feeding on faith to fully return. Flashbacks to the origin. Father Matteo translates an ancient scroll found on sites. It reveals Valak was once a fallen angel cast out for blaspheming divine order. The demon was sealed by Lucia, whose bloodline cursed Valak to remain trapped. Irene realizes she is a descendant of Lucia. She alone can close the portal, but it may cost her soul. The orphan girl, the girl from Irene's visions, is found. Her name is Clara, and she's mute. She's been drawing images of Valak long before meeting Irene. Her drawings show Irene engulfed in flames, fighting a monstrous nun. Clara is the last surviving child of another martyr's bloodline. Valak wants her to break the seal permanently. The mirror chapel. Irene discovers a hidden chapel of mirrors beneath the monastery. It reflects one's true soul, and in its reflection, Valak's full form is visible. Frenchie's reflection shows 2 faces, himself and the demon. Irene confronts Valak in the mirror realm, but is nearly lost to illusion. Father Matteo saves her, but the mirror shatters, unleashing more terror. The Vatican's Inquisition. The Vatican sends a secret order of exorcists to control the situation. They intend to destroy Clara, fearing she is the vessel of the demon. Irene stands against them, invoking divine right through Lucia's relic. The order is divided. Some follow Irene, others accuse her of heresy. Valak feeds on their division. Midnight massacre. On a stormy night, Valak attacks the monastery using shadows and possessed monks. The bloodbath is horrific. Faith turns to fear and prayers fail. Father Matteo is mortally wounded while protecting. Frenchie, torn between humanity and possession, begs Irene to end his suffering. She refuses, vowing to save him. Journey into the catacombs. Irene, Clara, and a small group descend into the catacombs for the final battle. They carry the vial of St. Lucia's blood, passed down from generations. The deeper they go, the more the world distorts. Hellish visions plague their minds. Irene clings to prayer, drawing strength from Clara's innocence. Valak waits in the heart of the labyrinth. The demon's temple. They reach an ancient altar, built from bones and sealed in blood. A massive stained glass of Valak's angelic fall looms over the chamber. Valak appears in full form, monstrous, twisted, and godlike. He offers Irene a choice: surrender Clara or witness eternal suffering. Irene chooses to fight. The ritual begins using the vial of saint's blood. Irene begins the sealing ritual. Valak sends hallucinations, dead loved ones, burning churches, false miracles. Clara cries, her hand burned by touching the altar. Irene almost gives in, but Clara touches her forehead and breaks the spell. The bond between them strengthens the ritual. Frenchie's redemption. Frenchie appears, possessed and monstrous, attacking Irene. She pleads with him, reminding him of who he truly is. He fights the demon's hold just long enough to hand her the relic. He whispers, "Do it while I'm still me." With tears, Irene anoints him and completes the blood ritual. Valak is banished. A massive burst of divine light floods the chamber. Valak screams as chains of gold bind him back into the pit. The monastery begins to collapse, stones crumbling. Clara protects Irene with a barrier of light, hinting she may be more than human. They escape just as the catacombs seal forever. Mourning and hope, Frenchie dies in Irene's arms. Finally at peace, Father Matteo, barely alive, tells Irene she fulfilled Lucia's prophecy. The Vatican now acknowledges the miracle. Clara speaks her first words, "A faith never ends." Irene smiles, tired but hopeful. New beginnings, Clara is adopted by a new convent and raised in peace. Irene returns to the quiet life, her faith stronger than ever. She places Frenchie's hat on a statue of St. Michael. A new sister joins the convent, bearing a strange mark on her hand. Irene senses something familiar, a final warning in a dark Vatican archive. A hidden scroll glows red. A secret order reads, "A bloodline lives, the demon sleeps not dies." We see a flash of Valak's eyes opening in darkness. The war may be over, but evil still waits. A whisper, a sister Irene. Credits montage haunting chants echo over the credits. Sketches of the real Lucia, the monastery, and the demon sigil appear. Voice recordings hint at other demons connected to Valak. A Vatican priest is heard whispering about the 8 thrones of hell. A new chapter is teased. Post-credits seen the Conjuring tie-in in the 1970s. Ed and Lorraine Warren review Irene's case. Lorraine, stunned, says, "I've seen her before in a vision." They plan a trip to France. A faint nun's shadow passes behind them in the mirror. Cue lightning. Cut to black.